Hi, welcome to another Physionic video. Have you ever wondered why people run in place at stoplights? So you see these joggers, you see these runners that are running through your neighborhood or running through your city or wherever, and they have to stop due to traffic or whatever the reason may be. Well, they tend to kind of stay in place, keep moving in place. Now, one of the reasons is kind of intuitive, but another reason, there are two reasons, the other reason is not so intuitive. So in this video we will be answering the question of why do runners run in place? If that's of interest to you, then you've come to the right place. Okay, so to answer the question, the first one is very intuitive. It's just to keep yourself warm. Obviously, your muscles getting cold is not a great way to go about your exercise routine, because if you have to continue it, it's going to take a while for them to then re-warm up and for you to feel nice and loose and ready to go. So continuing movement, even in a standstill, is certainly going to help you maintain that warmth. Energy production, you're using more energy, and through the use of energy, then of course you're also using more heat or producing more heat. So that's the intuitive, that's what everybody thinks, and that's certainly true. However, the second reason is a little more detailed, a little more physiology oriented and oriented around your cardiovascular system. So specifically speaking to people that are at risk for cardiovascular disease, and people that have low blood pressure, and a few people that kind of fall in between. So we're talking about the strain that stopping exercise quickly has on your heart. So most people think that your heart is the only thing that's pumping that blood through your veins, through your arteries, and getting that oxygen and nutrient delivery throughout the body. However, that's not the case. Actually, it turns out that your arteries and veins are lined with musculature as well that also help pump that blood. So when you're in a high demand situation like you are when you're running, your blood has to be flowing very quickly, your heart rate starts going. That makes sense. But when you stop abruptly, or when you stop at a stoplight, you have to keep moving, or you should try and keep moving just a little bit so that you get those muscles around those veins and around those arteries that line the arteries. Those are going to be pumping, but also your calves, your legs need to be contracting so that you've got that contraction of blood flow back up to your heart. If you rely solely on your heart, well, your heart then has to pump faster and harder, even because it has to continue that blood flow. No matter what, it has to continue that blood flow. So if a person stops and they already have blood flow issues, restrictions, especially around their heart, that could kind of overload their heart, and that could lead to a heart attack. It has happened. Is it rare? Of course, but it could happen. And another aspect is if you've got low blood pressure, then you want to have that added blood pressure from the squeezing of those arteries and those veins in your legs to then move that blood against gravity back up to your heart. So don't just rely on your heart. You want to rely on the contraction of your musculature and the lining around those veins and around those arteries. So that is the secondary reason why people continue to move, because they want that contraction to help them with their heart, and so their blood pressure doesn't suddenly dip. Okay, hopefully I answered the question to your satisfaction. Now you know. Now you can explain it to someone else or show them this video. And that said, of course, I've got sources for everything that I mentioned. I've got an article written on the topic, and that is linked down below for free, and it is ad-free. So if you found the video informative, I would certainly appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. I do put quite a bit of work into these videos, especially my longer videos. And that said, I hope that you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time. See ya.